If you've had a gordita or never had a gordita, you need to try this. Ground beef, potatoes, and a guajillo sauce. These are the ingredients that I use to prepare them at home. 7 guajillo peppers. I rinse under cold water just to remove the dirt. And then I like to cut them in little strips. Now, the guajillo is really not a spicy pepper, but if you don't like spice at all, I suggest that you just remove the seeds. Like here, I'm going to remove them from maybe 2 and then leave the rest with the seeds. I have some boiling water and I'm going to use 1 cup of boiling water, cover them and set them aside for 20 minutes, and that should be plenty of time. Now for the rest of the ingredients, I'm going to use some garlic. So these are pretty large. I will use 2 large ones and then 2 small ones. So that would be about 6 small garlic cloves. Cumin, 1 teaspoon. Oregano, 2 teaspoons. This is going to give it so much flavor. The oregano I'm using in this recipe is Mexican oregano that I dried for my last season. Potatoes, 2 medium to large potatoes, and then white onion, half of a medium. I like the onion on the smaller side. The same thing with the potatoes, just to make sure that they cook fast. So once I cut them all the same, I'm going to just put them in a container, add some water so that way they don't oxidize while I start blending the sauce and also cooking the meat. So everything goes in the blender, our dry ingredients with the garlic, the chilies that we're hydrating, the same water, 1 cup. Blend that into super smooth. Now I already have a pan that's been preheating. I don't add any oil, just the fat is going to render and cook everything. I didn't add any salt to the sauce because I'm going to season the meat very well. This is 3 pounds of ground beef. I add half salt, the rest of it, more salt, some pepper, and then just let this cook. Once it renders some of the fat, I want to go ahead and remove it. I don't want them oily. I'm going to grab a spoon, remove as much as I can, grab a paper towel. I repeat the same thing, just try to take out as much as I can. Now here, there's a little bit left, and this is where I'm going to be sauteing the onion, just for about 1.5 minutes. Now the guajillo sauce goes in. This one I really want to cook for about 5 minutes until it changes color, and it changes flavor too because now you've cooked it and it's not going to taste raw. Now potatoes go in. Season the potatoes again with a little bit of salt, and then I like to add a little bit of extra water in the blender just to clean it off and get all of the guajillo sauce in here. And then last mix. Now we're going to cover it and set our timer for 20 minutes. Then we're going to come back and check the potatoes if they're tender. Everything's done. Time to turn it off and then set aside so we can start making the gorditas. I'm using fresh corn dough. You can also use maseca. Just make them into little patties, a little bit thick. And then the size, not too small, not too big. My skillet is warming up already. It goes into the skillet on one side for 45 seconds. Flip it, another 45 seconds, and then another time. And now once they get a little puffy, this is where you open them up right away. Otherwise, they're going to stick together, and stuff it with your ground beef and your potatoes. I do this one at a time. And then I just, have them all together and ready so we can go ahead and plate. If the first don't puff, don't get discouraged. Just when you see those little brown marks, you can remove them and then split them open. Now it's time to prepare the gorditas with some lettuce, some queso fresco or queso cotija, sour cream or Mexican crema, and then I prepared a little spicy sauce to go with this. Give it a try. Remember to like, follow, and share for more of my home cook recipes. Enjoy!